Hello there. It's 2:15 in the morning, and I've been having fun lathering soaps, and I discovered something about Williams mug soap that I think I want to share with everybody. A lot of people have had problems with this soap, and if you have hard water, you might need to alter this a bit. But I don't think very much, because this technique involves a silly amount of water anyway. But I just got the best shave I've ever had off of Williams mug soap. An incredibly thick, dense, slick, just owl snot slick, wonderful lather from this soap. And I thought I would share with you. I've tested it 2 or 3 times to make sure what I was doing was correct and that it worked. And I want to share it with you. I've already shaved. I shaved with a straight with the Williams mug soap, and it was absolutely wonderful. Now, my method for using Williams mug soap, and most of the methods that we see for using Williams mug soap, a lot of guys will suggest on the forums things like, we'll soak it overnight. That's what I've done in the past. And I get a wonderful lather out of Williams if I do that. This blows it away. And what I did, now please understand, I shaved with Williams last night. So this puck had some moisture in it to start with. So I would still say soak it overnight. Or soak it for 5 or 6 hours. Soak it for a while first. But that being said, what I did was I'm using a Badger brush. Everybody wants to use Boar with Williams because it's a hard soap. You don't have to. Badger works fine. I'm using my Duke 2 and Best. What I did was I filled the mug it's in up, and this is one of my Old Spice mugs. I've got a puck of Williams in there. It's grated and pressed into this cup, this Old Spice mug, and I put hot water out of the tap, and my hot water is like 140. I think it's on the low side of what a hot water heater is capable of. It don't get near enough hot to scald your hand, so it's almost like something that's close to hot. So I filled the mug up to almost the very brim with water on top of the puck, set my Badger brush in the mug, let that set for 5 minutes, and I have a lather bowl, and it's filled with warm water as well. And so what I've discovered, what I've found, is I'll take this Badger brush out of this water and will not shake it at all. It's dripping wet. Pour the water off the mug, and I wish I could get the camera down for you to see, but what's happening, and you're going to hear that clinking because it's a small mug, is it's really sudsy and really airy. Matter of fact, it's slinging all over the place, so do it in your sink where the mess will not be too bad. When you feel the soap begin to thicken up, and I don't mean it's still going to be sudsy, way sudsier than you imagine. But when you feel it beginning to thicken up, you've got a good load in your brush. Pour the water out of your mixing bowl, your lather bowl. Just take the brush and start lathering. And what you're wanting to do, Williams has a tendency to have a bunch of either really big fat bubbles or a bunch of really tiny bubbles all the way through it, all the time. You have to really beat the snot out of Williams to get those out. And so what you're wanting to do is you're wanting to take this brush now, and you're wanting to Mix this lather until it starts sticking in really good, and you start seeing, look how stiff that is coming out of the bowl. Where you start seeing a sheen start to develop on the lather. It doesn't take long. Watch this lather. Now, on a dry face, don't put any water on your face. Watch this. Now take the brush, do some painting strokes, and basically what you're doing is you're still whipping the lather up a bit on your face. This is incredibly dense, slick lather. Look at this lather. Look at that. Really nice and slick. Dense. This lather will not fade. It's stiff. It's thick. It's slick. It's protective. You can do it. You can use a straight with it and take your time. And the reason I thought of this is, you know, I kept thinking, well, you know, you're hydrating that pup for 24 hours. This soap needs a lot of water. And I thought, well, what if I throw a crazy amount of water at this soap? I've tried everything else to improve the lather with this soap. What if I tried that? And so, I mean, if I did this to there's a few other soaps, Mitchell's Wool Fat, you can do this and it'll be all right. Barrister and Man will take a lot of water. This is, to me, it's really similar to the Marco method. That Marco, you guys know what the Marco method is. If you don't, look it up. It's really similar to that, and it works a treat. Look at this lather. I'm sitting here talking to you. I'm standing here talking to you. Look how thick. It's not fading. It's not going away. It's nice and thick. It's nice and slick. The only thing about this, and this is a property of Williams, it's not a property of lather. There's a ton of water in this soap, but Williams is still going to dry your face a bit. That's just I don't know what the property or the ingredient is in Williams that does that, but it does. And this is dead simple. That's a dead simple lathering job. Look, this lather's been in this bowl as long as I've been talking to you. Does that look like it's going away? Dead simple. And wonderful. So there you are. That's what I just discovered tonight, just sitting around at quarter. It's 2:23 now in the a.m. Let me wipe my hands. And I just been in, my wife is not home right now. She's over at her mother's house. So I've been playing with lather tonight. Some Aqua Velva Ice Blue. Because I want the post-shave properties of this aftershave to combat the dryness in the Williams. So look, fellas. Try that. Tell me what you think. God bless you and good night.